In the last episode, we saw Fang Cheng merge with the slaughter demon and kill the demon blade. Later, hunters arrived at the scene to investigate who killed the demon. Will they find out about the secret of Fang Cheng? Let's find out. The next morning, Fang Cheng reached the abandoned office park, which was as expected deserted and in total ruined condition. All you can see is the aftermath of destruction. Fang Cheng used to work here as an office worker. He never thought that the place would turn into this. As he moved further in, a few small octopus demons were trailing him looking for the right opportunity. Further ahead, Fang Cheng found two human remains that appear to be the bodies of the hunters, and it seems they haven't been dead for long. There was a hollow wound in their chest, looked like their organs were eaten by a demon. Suddenly he felt the presence of dangerous aura. Behind him from the heights of the rubbles of a destroyed building, three E-class octopus monsters prepared themselves to attack him. At first glance, it looks like they have infested the corpses of human, especially their heads, like a parasite having full control of these bodies. Fang Cheng unclenched, speculated that these humanoid octopuses with weapons could be quite challenging to be dealt with. The three demons leaped downward, simultaneously attacking Fang Cheng. With a quick thrush, he jumped backward, gaining some distance between them. He can observe that ever since he fused with the power of the slaughter demon, even his human form can move effortlessly and even unleash the demon aura from within. As the three demons charged towards him, the vortex announced, "Enemy detected. Automatic activation. Blade ability." The demon blade ability that Fang Cheng acquired earlier emerged in both of his hands. Amazed, he thought the vortex was like an artificial intelligence program that automatically detects danger and activates his abilities. He sprang into action, testing how effective the hand blades are in human form. With a swift left hand slash, he cut through the torso of the first octopus monster, leaving him lifeless, and prepared himself for the remaining two who were still in midair. The next moment, with a godlike speed, or should we say monstrous speed, Fang Cheng was behind the monster, leaving a trail of severe limps of the two monsters. This time he couldn't obtain any abilities from the octopus monsters. It seems there were no benefits in killing E-class demons. But then Fang Cheng sensed an uncomfortable change in his surroundings. As he looked around, he knew he had fallen into an ambush, and probably those three octopus monsters were just bait. Fang Cheng was now surrounded by endless octopus monsters attacking simultaneously from all directions. With his improved strength and agility, his strikes were lethal in killing the monsters, but there are still so many demons. He feared he had stumbled upon an octopus monster's lair. Wherever he moves, he leaves behind a trail of blood from the disemboweled limbs of the octopus monsters. Fang Cheng knew he could not continue fighting for long, as in his human form he only had Class E strength and was vulnerable to being overwhelmed. He somehow managed to come out from the wave of octopus monsters and gain some distance, but not far enough. All of a sudden, octopus tentacles ambushed from within the ground, strangling his legs and restricting his movement. He was now in serious danger as he saw a gigantic D-class demon, Octopus Sage. With a scythe in one hand, the gigantic Octopus Sage came out from dissipating dust. The demon sage looked at what prey fell into his trap, but mocked, finding Fang Cheng little as shrimps as compared to itself, which was not even worth flossing its tooth. As it came closer, Fang Cheng found the aura of Octopus Sage much stronger than the demon blade he encountered earlier. Also, its tentacles were strangling his whole body. If it continued like this, soon they would definitely devour him alive. The vortex announced, "Counterattack the enemy. Slaughter demon transformation mode has been activated." Fang Cheng, strangulated by tentacles and octopus monsters, released a sonic explosion of blood fire, blowing up the monsters into pieces, and said, since they had forced him to activate this damn transformation mode, then they must enjoy the agony of slaughter. Fang Cheng, in slaughter demon form with blade ability, attacked the remaining octopus monster with a 360-degree round slash, flinging them in every direction. Octopus Sage, standing at a distance, was fascinated to find a human who turned into a demon. The sage mocked him, saying Fang Cheng had got a demon's body, but it's just a body where an ant lives. For the sage, humans are like small ants that can be crushed with ease. Fang Cheng turned his attention towards the sage, positioned his legs to jump, and said how a demon like him who thinks he is above the world can understand how hard it is for a human being to survive. Saying this, he jumps high, raises his blade, and swings a downward strike on the octopus sage. But the sage was quick to block the attacks with his scythe, absorbing the force and redirected Fang's own force on him with an upward swing of the scythe, making Fang Cheng slide backward. The octopus sage gave a compliment to Fang Cheng for his move, but saying he was too slow, he released his tentacles on Fang Cheng, strangulating him, and said he would destroy those double swords he was so proud of, and then see what he would use to fight him. With a stiff force, his tentacles shattered Fang's blades, leaving him weaponless and still immovable, strangled with tentacles. Fang Cheng was in trouble since the hand sword was destroyed, and it could not be used again for a short time. Sparing no time, the sage octopus used his tentacles like whiplash, blowing multiple attacks at one time, and said weaklings only deserve to be ravaged. The whiplash flings Fang Cheng into the rubbles behind. He immediately got up and took a long breath, thinking that the wise octopus was smarter than the blade he fought before and more cautious, good at mid-range rather than head-on confrontation. He needs to find its weaknesses to kill it. Coming forward, the sage octopus ridiculed him, asking what he was thinking about. Where did his arrogance go? With his scythe, he gave a powerful forward strike which Fang Cheng narrowly dodged, but the impact left a long scar on the ground. Meanwhile, getting some distance, Fang Cheng thought the sage's large eye in the middle of his head is soft, which could be its weak point. He thought throwing sand in the eyes was an effective means of fighting. It's not very bright, but it can surprise the enemy and might even work against the wise octopus. Coming to a comfortable distance, Fang Cheng flung a large amount of dirt with his right leg into the sage's eye, restricting his vision. In agony, the sage cursed him, but Fang Cheng said against a demon like him he would use any means necessary and threw a powerful directed punch to the abdomen of the sage, breaking through his scythe. That lethal blow left the sage's lower body in non-healable condition. He was in intense pain and detached his octopus head from the destroyed body, trying to flee. For a moment, Fang Cheng was dumbfounded at how he could separate the brain from his body, but soon took the broken scythe, using it as a spear he threw at the sage octopus head, pinning it to the ground. The spear didn't completely destroy the sage's brain. He tried to play dead for a while to regain its vitality, like some weak prey in the wild does as a survival instinct. He hoped to kill Fang sneakingly at the right moment, but our protagonist was way ahead of him. He took the other half of the scythe, and while coming close to the pinned head of sage, thought to himself to not let his guard down, not even with a fallen enemy. Saying it must be properly dealt with, he cut the octopus sage with his own scythe, killing him for good. The vortex announced that he had killed the wise octopus and plundered the opponent's ability of tentacle. Fang Cheng tested the new ability and thought it was a strange ability, but it can be used to fight enemies or as a rope to climb up high when it's extended. The vortex again said that the desire to kill has dissipated and human form has been restored. As he returned to human form, he coughs blood and feels the immense pain in his body. Slaughter Demon did not trigger the body's self-healing ability this time. Wiping the blood from his mouth, he understood that it's really not easy to win. Fortunately, he managed to kill a D-rank wise octopus. This monster must be worth a lot more than a normal octopus monster. In the city, bystanders were not believing what they saw. Some even puke watching Fang Cheng carrying the annihilated, blood-leaking bodies of octopus monsters. Carrying the load of lifeless monsters, he reached the gate of the Hunter Guild to receive the bounty.